Hi, I'm Bob, your TCW teacher. If you read the news, or any other credible source you could find, it kind of seems that the world is a terrible place to live. Full of violence, despair, and war. But it turns out, war is actually declining. We live in the most peaceful time in history. In this moment, an individual is less likely to die during an armed combat than in any other moment since the rise of civilization. It is not a stretch to suggest that the Security Council played a major role in bringing about the relative peace the world enjoys today. What is Security Council? The Security Council is one of the principal organs of the United Nations. It was created following the Second World War, with the main objective to maintain the peace and security for international communities. The Security Council consists of 15 members in total, and is divided in two categories, which are permanent and non-permanent. There are 5 permanent members, and 10 non-permanent members in the Council. The 5 permanent members are Russia, USA, China, France, and United Kingdom. They are the winning powers after World War II. Surely, Security Council provided a forum to decide how to deal with disputes that might have in the past drawn powerful nations into conflict with each other. How does a council meeting takes place? First, the president shall call a meeting at the request of any member, or if a dispute or situation is brought to the attention of the council. Also, the opening and closing of each meetings are declared by the president, who directs the discussion and announces the decisions. Meetings shall normally be held at the seat of the United Nations, and interval between meetings shall not exceed 14 days. How is a meeting convened by the Security Council? In practice, the Council convenes public meetings, private meetings, informal consultations, or informal interactive dialogues. However, unless it decides otherwise, the Security Council shall meet in public. Meetings are usually made in the forms of debate, typically used to focus on disputes or situations in a particular country. Non-council members may be invited to participate in the discussion upon the request, if they are directly concerned or affected. What happens in a Security Council meeting? It begins with an expert briefer, who will speak to everyone and give the outline of the argument or discussion. Opening speeches are then delivered by each delegate at the start of discussion within 1 minute, regarding his or her stance or interests. After which, the briefer will give another speech addressing points from the delegates' speeches. The delegates will collaborate on resolutions, and may ask questions. The Council will debate on each individual clause, before debating on the whole resolution. When can a resolution pass and be fulfilled? Resolution is passed through the results of voting and veto. Each 15 members of Security Council has 1 vote, and 5 out of 15 members have a veto power. A UN security resolution needs 9 out of 15 affirmative votes, plus no veto power for it to pass. A veto from any of the 5 countries will make a resolution fail and not be adopted. In the international scene, one recent news on disputes involve Iran and the United States, as tension between countries continues to rise. These countries have been each other's throats since dating back decades, and it seems it won't die off anytime soon. Their long-strained relationship escalated this year, and posed risks of broader conflict. On the 3rd of January, Iranian Commander General Qasem Soleimani was assassinated by U.S. troops on a drone attack, under the orders of President Trump. His death prompted Iran to retaliate, with a series of missile attacks on U.S. facilities at Baghdad, on January 8. This has affected certain relations and projects between both countries. One evident effect is the dispute between Iranian and American citizens. Iranians were enraged and blamed Trump for starting a war. Moreover, there were threats to economic sanctions and violation on international law. Hence, Security Council was involved with the assessment and justification process, which both countries addressed and defended. For over 74 years, the United Nations Security Council took its stand in maintaining a peace and secure international community. Though front and center in facing major security challenges, the Council had still continuously provided peacekeeping missions to ease relations between countries and address any security issues to date. That's it for today. See you next time.